Welcome back to this new video on Azure DevOps. Azure DevOps, I am, focusing more because nowadays many companies and many recruiters are focusing on Azure DevOps because they are getting more calls on Azure DevOps. So let's start with the Azure DevOps. I mean, we have seen something. Not that introduction about the Azure DevOps, but this will be this is a part of a training one to create the project, to create the organization, which plays a very important role in Azure DevOps training. Because if you have basic concepts clear, then it will be very easy for you to manage the other services like EKS and the Kubernetes deployment and other services, mainly the monitoring services and the server related services. So let's start with this the project creation. If you have a free tier account, and it will be a big problem that where to get the code, because in the real world you will get the code, but those are highly secret, secured environment basically. So we don't have direct access to this code. But here, if you go to this site, Azure DevOps demo generator.azure website.net, here if you go and then if you sign in, if you don't have Azure DevOps account, then it's okay. First you need to create the organization. So first thing is always remember, guys, the organization is the key where you define everything on that. So let's start with that. You can follow me along with that, and there is no, uh, you know, charges for that. And by the way, if this is basically the, non-profit organization called Sarthi Child Education and Social Welfare Foundation, we take care of the privileged child, which are financially challenging. I mean, they are not able to pay their fees, and people from below poverty line. So we help them, and we not only help them, but we help their parents also to learn new technologies, new skills, so that they can earn more and live better. So that is the introduction about the company, and then let's start with our journey for Azure DevOps. The similar video will be available for AWS as well. So let's start with the get started with for free. So first you need to enter the Azure DevOps project thing, and then from here you can create the new organization. And if these are the project, but you need to create the organization because we need an organization, uh, because organization helps you to configure many things, and especially the parallel process. There are many thing other things also that we will be looking into that. So you come here, and then you Azure DevOps creating organization. So name your Azure DevOps organization. Um, it will be, I'm giving my name as a Sukrut BLR 0154. We will host your projects in South India. Um, you know, I'm okay with anywhere. I'm okay with the US also, but it's okay. I'm okay with that South India. And then you need to enter this um, and Q um, and V3. Let's see how it goes. So this is the creating organization. Similarly, we need to create the project also. So this is a simple video on creating organization and the creating a project. Okay, these things are very important because when you go to the your DevOps, DevOps dot or dev.azure.com, it will ask you for the organization and then the project name. So we can give the project name as a Azure DevOps Proj 1 and create the project. Now, when you come here, we'll see this project, Azure DevOps Proj 1. Welcome, Dad, but you can see the boards. Um, Boards, nothing is there right now. We will configure those in the boards. And then we have a repo, and these are the repos, basically the Git repos and the other repos that we have right now. Then we try to see if we have any pipeline. So, oh, we don't have any pipeline. That's okay. Then we will create the new pipeline. And let's see the artifacts. Do we have any artifacts? Let's see if by default if you get any artifacts in your project. So we don't have any artifacts for that matter. Let's see. So we don't have anything right now. So always remember um, your project name. Um, and this is the test plan. This is the properties, repos, boards, and overview. Now, important thing to understand here is we frequently need to visit um, Azure organization because when you go to this site, let's say if you know go to this site, Azure DevOps demo generator.azurewebsite.com, and click on the sign in here. If you click on the sign in, you will get Smart Hotel 3360 project name, select the organization. If I select the organization, this is my organization, Sukrit Bilar 0154, and I don't have any project right now. And um, choose the template. Template is by default, it's there. You need to select the default one and then see click create on the project. Click create on the project. Click on that. Then Azure DevOps demo generator now supports GitHub forking. If you want GitHub forking, then select it. Otherwise, you can leave it. Provide the project name. You can give the project name as Azure DevOps project um, project. You can say project underscore 2020. Let's do that. Then am I missing something? So your project is being created. If you see here, your project is being created. A lot of things it will do. It will give you the default code, then default pipeline. I mean the dummy pipeline or default pipeline, you can say, um, and the default boards also, so that you don't need to scratch your head and look here and there to for the project. So these are the basics things that you need to do when you try to attain any Azure DevOps training. There are many vendors, they provide their own production code for testing, but getting at the code and downloading the code is sometimes the breach of privacy. So be careful, guys. I mean, I'm not making you scared, but this is something very scary thing that you download the code, and when the company come to know that somebody has downloaded the code, then uh, we'll be in trouble, and there's a very heavy penalty for that. So be safe, and if it is just for learning, then let's follow some rules, and we can. I mean, once you learn those things, then nobody is stopping you to do your all your out of the planet R&D. So you can do that. So what we do is, I mean, what we have done so far is we have created one organization, and then we are creating one project. Those things are very important. Organizations will play a very important role because in our more videos I'm preparing to launch, and those videos will have basic fundamentals of Azure, how we you know create the projects, create the organizations, because even though if you run any build pipeline, or you can create in a release pipeline, in both the pipelines you need to have some parallelism or um, some codes needs to work parallelly, and that parallelism we need to involve. I mean, we need to take those license from your Azure organization. So organization plays very important role, guys. So look at here, project Azure DevOps project 22 created. Two items created, board, columns, swim lanes, styles updated, work item updated, build definition, release definition update. Means you will have a lot of things to play in your default project. And many people don't know the sites and how to do the things, but this is something I want to show you. Yeah. And here I think it is done. So let's go to your um, DevOps, um, the project. Now you have Azure DevOps Proj 1, the project that we are working. And now if you see, um, you have repos, then you will see something. Some repos are there. Any commits? So far, there is no commit. If any branches are there, there is no branch. Let's see the boards. There is no boards. Let's see if we have any boards. Then, oh wow, we have something. Okay, that's something, that's one thing we're going to play. The repos, pipelines. We don't have a pipeline, but we'll create the pipeline. Um, but one important thing is the repos and the codes. There's something, if you see this, clone to your computer, push the existing repository from the command line, import the repository. So we're going to play something with on these codes, this one. Um, and yeah, so this is, we need to clone to your computer, and then, we will work on these codes, by the way. So this for this small session, this is just, I want to show you how to create the project and how to uh, create the organization. So organization plays a very important role. We'll see that in our next lecture. So I don't want to keep one lecture at 25 minutes, 30 minutes. It's really painful, guys. So this exercise is just to let you know how to create the project and how to create the organizations. Till then, for the next video, please stay tuned. And if you want to, join when this Azure DevOps course, we'll have 8 to 9 capstone project along with this the lab thing. And if you want to join, you can call me, contact me on 9620 635 166. This is my WhatsApp number, and you can call me wherever you are. If you're in US, then we'll have a morning time. I mean, that will be your night time, Eastern time. So we have some batches going on for US student. We have some batches going on for Indian student, as well as the Australian student as well. So stay tuned and happy learning.